What is up, Indianapolis?
What's up, Indianapolis?
Hey!
Can we do something? Because this looks like a fun crowd. You guys are fun, right? Yeah? I knew it. Let's do the wave. I haven't seen the wave in a long time. Let's do the hands. You don't have to get up. Just do hands if you want. And we'll start here, and then we'll go all the way over there. Okay, ready? And so, hands up, hands up, hands up. Yeah! And back, and back, and back. You guys are fun. We're going to have a good time.
That's a bucket list item, dude. That was awesome.
Excellent. So I'm going to kick things off with a fun, deep, thoughtful question, which is, if you, Peter, Ashley, Jackson, were given the choice to become a vampire at the age that your characters were made, would you choose to do it? Why or why not?
Hell no. No, that was a bad... Look, listen. We have all made mistakes when we were younger. I mean, we still make them too. That's the great thing about growing older and changing and evolving. And I think if we look back at the past, we can, see things that we did right, see things we did wrong. But man, no, I'm really glad to have aged. And I would like to keep doing it, please God. Thank you.
Yeah, 20s was not good. I feel like 20s are so they're just so all over the place, and you're trying to figure out who you are, but also prove your independence, and you feel like you should reach some goal. And so I would not want to be anywhere near that age again. 30s are legit, and I like them very much. So yeah, I want to live for 200 to 300 years, and then I would be good, but not forever.
I'm going to say yes to 23. I'm going against the grain here. I mean, I could look 23 is what you're saying? Mm-hmm. But I could still have the wisdom as I grow and be 100 and still look 23 is what you're saying?
Exactly.
You're missing, do you know how weird it is that, not Rob, that Edward went after a girl that was 17 years old.
Yeah,
and
that's
he was
creepy.
You would be doing that.
Yeah, but if you froze in time at 50, you would still be doing that. You'd still be 100.
Yeah, that's why you should just say no.
And 50. But she didn't say, she said, if you guys could freeze yourself at that age, would you? So if I could freeze myself at any age, 23, I'd like to look 23 forever.
How old were you in Can't Hardly Wait?
I was 23.
I would freeze you then, too.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to answer for Peter Facinelli and say yes, at 23. Mike Dexter, please.
Hold on, I lost a tooth. There we go. I'm 350.
I love that. Another fun question for the three of you. What do you think the Cullen family would be doing in 2025? Because I was, trying to revisit the lore of Twilight because there's so many different vampire versions out there. But the vampires in Twilight can still be seen in cameras. So would, Alice be a TikTok thrifting influencer? What are they doing in 2025?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, she'd be on TikTok for sure. She would have a following. I feel like I've said this before, I think she would have her own design fashion house. I think she would have her own wedding planning company. She would be busy doing things that involved fashion and love, I feel like. Yeah.
I would be her, Instagram boyfriend.
Yeah. I'm Jasper, get over here, smile.
Take the pictures. She's get another one,
Higher angle.
Are we done? The first one looked great. No, I like that. Yeah.
I feel like I can see into the future, and I already know it's not great. Take it again.
Oh, Chivas.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I want to know what the doctor would be doing. Would you still be a
Esme
doctor?
and I are divorced. I'm going on a singles cruise now. No, I'm kidding. That's really sad.
It's
Dr.
real,
Cullens
homie.
on the singles cruise in the corner. It's terrible. I'd be doing doctorly things in some town and helping humanity. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
So not a TikTok influencer doctor?
No, I don't think he's 350. I think.
He's very demure.
Yeah, very demure.
Yeah. Very mindful.
Very mindful.
Very thoughtful. Very
I
mindful.
love that. Well, I hear there's a lot of fan questions, so we're going to take things over to you all next, and there's one right here.
Hey, Alice.
Hello.
It's time. Say it. It's time.
It's time.
That was good.
How do you feel about the resurgence of Twilight in meme culture?
Love it. You send
I
us
send
some-
them all the time.
Yeah.
The lip reading one gets me.
The voiceover.
I think I sent them
Oh.
like 3 lip reading ones yesterday.
I
It's
giggle a lot.
hysterical.
They're funny.
Also, because I start looking at them and then the algorithm gives you more, I start seeing things I've never seen before. So like, did you guys ever see the Jersey Shore Twilight?
No.
There was like a whole skit with the I have to find this and show this to you. Like the whole Jersey Shore did like a skit that they were all like in our characters.
The actual Jersey Shore did it?
The Jersey Shore
Like
like
cast.
actors from the do you remember that show, The
Like
Jersey
Sh-
Shore?
like
Snooki.
Snooki.
I just remember
Like Snooki.
Snooki.
Yeah, Snooki.
Yeah, everyone knows
Snooki
Snooki.
was Bella, and like it was
Snooki
really
was
funny. Have you
Bella?
guys ever seen
Was it
that?
Alice?
Hysterical.
thinking
I
Alice, yeah.
just found it yesterday. I was
Really?
like, how did I never see this?
Oh my God.
Now I need to see it.
We're actually on like a group chat. We have it listed as family. I'm not kidding. And like legitimately, he's not lying. He sent 3 different lip readings, bad lip readings of Twilight, and like Jasper comes on there, is like, pinch a penny.
My
And-
favorite one is the Rob when he's like trying to sing the song and she's like, this sucks.
Yeah. Or you know, it was really funny. I sent them yesterday. A guy who was watching the end scene for the first time.
Yeah,
And
no,
he
I
was
sent you that one.
I sent you.
No.
I sent you one yesterday. That
Oh,
was
you're right. You
was
sent it to me,
It was
but
like
after
somebody
I posted it on
videotaped their
Instagram.
brother who's like in their 20s watching Carlisle's head. Is this a spoiler by now? His head gets cut off. And when Jasper dies, he's like, "Oh no!" And he's like, "What the? This isn't in the books!" And he's getting so mad. And I was like, "This is gold."
Absolutely love the meme culture. I love it so very much. Edward is still my favorite. So if you ever want to have a little jolly late at night, Google Edward. And if you don't laugh, just realize that makes me laugh so much. And you'll be like, he's weird. I don't get it, but it's funny.
I have a follow-up question about the group chat. Who's
Uh-oh.
the most active in there? Is it the convention
I mean, I think
goers?
We're all,
Kellen sends really long voice notes.
Yeah. I want to send voice notes, but like I feel like that's so long. Like but then I'm texting like paragraphs. I'm like, maybe I should voice
I do
note
voice
it.
notes and then I delete them and send a Cliff Notes version
Yeah.
of it. Because I think we all do the same thing on voice notes. You just kind of like ramble on like you're talking to the person and then you're not.
I've never sent a voice note in my life.
You've never sent
Never.
Are you guys voice?
All right,
hands up
up
for voice
if you
note
do voice
people,
notes.
and then hands up for
it?
texters.
Texters.
Okay, so a lot more texters.
See, I'm in the majority on this one issue. Not Edward, but definitely texting. So one time, Kellen sent us a 7-minute long video message.
Not
talking.
kidding.
I'm not lying, by the way. Talking. We're trying to figure out some
but to be
scheduling.
fair, Kellen has such a soothing voice.
Yeah, it's fine. We
So I
listen.
kind of like listening to him. I kind of put him on, but I go to sleep. It's like, hey, it's Kellen. What are you guys doing tomorrow?
It's pretty amazing. So I don't know. I don't have the capacity for that. You have Edward on your phone, ladies and gentlemen. We have an Edward in the audience. Can you just do one of these for me? Show people. Yes, can attend. Yes, it is Humpty Dumpty, but it's a 117-year-old vampire who likes 16-year-old girls. Intrusive thoughts. When again? So sorry.
Oh, I love
Back
that.
to you.
So much. Next question.
you.
Yes.
Okay, so on any of your films, is there any pranks that you did or that was done to you that is really memorable
On the Twilight or overall?
overall?
Overall.
Well, Eddie Gathegi pranked me.
Did he prank you?
Yeah, he got me pretty good on the original Twilight. So we dyed my hair, obviously blonde for the film, and it took a long time, I guess. I don't know, I've never done it before. So it was 3 days of like going back and getting it blonded, and then more blonde, and then finally more blonde. And on the 3rd night, they were like, okay, this is it. And then I got a call at about 9 p.m. And this little, I pick up at a number I didn't recognize. Like, I'm like, hello? And she's, hi, this is Sarah from production. And we actually think we're going to turn your hair back to brown. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, we're going to pick you up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Are you okay with that? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I call my manager and I'm like, bro, what the hell? And my manager's like, it's okay to be truthful, Jackson. I swear to God, this is what my manager told me. She goes, to be truthful, the blonde hair does not look good on you. So this is actually a godsend, okay? Because this was gonna be horrible for your career, darling. And then the number calls back, and I'm like, hey, that's production calling back. And so I swapped over. I'm like, hey, Sarah, it's Jackson. And, Jackson? Bro, it's Eddie. I totally punked you. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, this is all bullshit. Yeah, I'm Sarah, and there's no appointment for you to get your hair brown tomorrow. And so I was like, oh, I'm talking to my manager. Hold on. And I flip back over to my manager, and I'm like, so that was all a prank, and my hair is going to be blonde. And she's like, oh, I was joking with you. The blonde is so nice. It's like Zach Morris, you know? Anyway, we don't work together anymore.
She reps Zach Morris now.
No.
Yeah, I did something similar to Maggie Grace, but I don't remember. I think I told her something similar where she had to have all her hair cut off, and she was freaking out. And then I called her and told her that we were joking, because I think I stole that from Eddie. I stole his prank. But on another movie, I don't know if you guys ever remember a movie, Can't Hardly Wait. And there's Ethan Embry. Ethan Embry was in that, and Breckin Meyer was in it. Before I did that movie with them, I did another movie with Breckin Meyer and Ethan Embry. It was a small pool back then. Now it's like everybody sending in self-tapes. So, but back then there was only like 10 actors that were working, so we were always in the same movies. But I digress. Anyway, so Breckin and I and Ethan Embry would play these practical jokes on each other that went too far sometimes. Like, so they cut off my hot water, and for like 3 weeks I was taking cold showers. Like, guys, does the hot water not work in Europe? And they were like, yeah, no, it works at our hotel room. And they would laugh. And then we put like a dead fish in Ethan's car, and he thought that he left food in there, and his car every day smelled worse. And then there's one other actor who actually got mad because we got him terrible. It was in his hotel room. We bought all this meat and just made it like a bloody massacre all over his hotel room. And it was getting really bad. It's getting really bad. He doesn't talk to us anymore, that actor. It was a long time ago. I was a kid back then. I was a kid.
23.
23. That was a great question. Next up.
How would you say being on Twilight really affected your later acting careers and other roles that you may have gotten?
Ooh. That's a good question. I think it was kind of a double-edged sword in a lot of ways. So I had been like doing a lot of indie work leading up to Twilight, and when I landed Twilight, it was definitely a blessing. And I don't know, how old are you?
I'm 13.
You're 13. Okay, so the movies had already been out by the time you were born.
Yeah.
So when you were -2, the world either loved Twilight or hated it. And so there was definitely kind of a backlash for certain directors I really wanted to work with, indie films and like really artistic stuff, that they were like, I don't really want Twilight in my movie, to be honest. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I guess I'll cry. But so there was kind of a backlash against it. At the same time, there were a lot of people who really, really absolutely loved it. And now that it's been 15 years, I look back and I have much more of a love for it and for the whole situation. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was kind of crazy when it first came out. But it was cool, man. And the thing that got me through it, and the thing that still does, is the love that y'all have for the characters, that y'all have for the films.
You guys.
But more important, but also to me, is like having these people, like really strong individuals that are artistic, that are very honorable in their daily lives. They're wonderful people, and I got to go through the entire craziness of Twilight with them, and that was cool, man. It was really, that's the absolute blessing, is to have someone in your life that you respect and that you admire. And so as a 13-year-old, make sure you surround yourself with good people, because my parents told me to do that, but I didn't really listen, so until I got older and I lucked into Twilight. So I hope you have some luck in your life, you find some really good people, and you keep them in your life, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Next question.
So as your characters, you're one of these groups of brothers you are teaming up with, and the other ones are trying to kill you. Sam and Dean are Damon and Stefan.
Hold on a second. Repeat that.
Sam and Dean.
Okay, one group of brothers is trying to kill you, and the other group is fighting with you. You have Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural, or Damon and Stefan from Vampire Diaries.
Oh, we're gonna kill Vampire Diaries.
Not with the other guys.
Straight up. Them Supernatural boys and I, we're gonna go in there.
I agree.
I don't care how blue them eyes are, Ian. Crystal lakes of eyes. I'm gonna bury you under. Anyway, sorry. Have you not seen
That's
it?
what he said.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny
Sorry,
story
Nikki,
about
although that doesn't
Vampire Diaries. I digress, but that's my word today. I digress. When we were shooting the second Twilight, New Moon, we were in Canada at a hotel, the Sutton Place, and they were shooting the pilot for the Vampire Diaries. And so we met the whole cast of the Vampire Diaries, and they were like, "Oh my God, we love Twilight. We're doing this little, vampire pilot. We don't know if it's gonna go or not." And it was so cute to see them not know if this series is gonna take off. And then it went huge. So it was kind of nice to be there from the beginning and watch them. And Ian's part of the family now.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same experience at least I had with Twilight. I remember telling Jess Zor is one of my good buddies, and she wanted me to come out to the Roosevelt pool, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to stay out of the sun because I'm doing this vampire thing. I don't know. It's like this movie, and then it came out, and she was like, what the. Twilight? Twilight is the little vampire movie, and I was like, we just didn't know.
Yeah.
Kind of similarly, I asked for my old job back. I told I was working at the Belmont, if you guys know what that is.
Is that a hotel?
No, it's a restaurant that's on La Cienega. And I said, oh my God, I booked this movie, but can I have my job back when I get done? And the manager was like, sure. I don't think you're gonna need it, but everyone knew except me. Apparently.
Notice how they both just avoided your question. I answered it. I let the record show. Your Honor, I did not plead the
I
fifth.
said what he said.
That's true. She's
said
having
what
what
he
I'm
said.
having.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam and Dean.
Always. Samadine. It's a new sandwich.
That's a
Thank
great
you.
question.
Samadine.
And he
Thank
digresses.
you.
So.
I digress.
All right.
Let's talk about the Sutton Place a little bit more. Thank you. Great question.
Thank
That
you.
was fun.
Thank you.
Next
I like
up.
that. I like when fandoms collide. That's a lot of fun.
What was your favorite scene to film throughout the whole series?
Favorite scene?
Yeah.
Not the baseball scene. That one was tough. I like the fight sequence in Breaking Dawn too. I love anything where I get to punch and kick and do all those things. So that was my favorite, and it was very fun hanging out with Michael Sheen because he's the most charming, hilarious dude. Except not more than you, but after Jasper, it's Michael and you, Dad. You're funnier.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Looking.
I'm gonna go now. Okay, goodbye.
I'm calling Michael. I'm funnier than you.
Dude, that's the nicest compliment. I completely lost track of the
That's
question.
what the
You
press-
compared me to Michael Sheen, and I was like, really?
Favorite scene. Favorite scene.
I don't know. I want to get vampired right now so I can just live in this moment forever, where I got compared positively with Michael Sheen. What was the question?
What was your favorite
Favorite
scene? in the
scene.
film?
Favorite scene? I really was quite partial to the scene where the whole family meets Bella for the first time. We rehearsed it a few times, and it was just always just kind of clicking and having fun and something silly about it and something sweet. And what I really love about the first film in general is Catherine Hardwicke was able to nail that this is the perspective of outsiders, and kind of like when I've been this way my whole life, where I've always been kind of on the cusp, or like a wallflower, really. And sometimes when you have like a new wallflower brought into your little group of wallflowers, you all kind of look at each other like, what you gonna do? But for Jasper, looking at people are always like, why are you giving her that look? It's like, I'm not giving Bella this look. This is for Edward. Because Edward can read minds. What am I thinking, Ed? What am I thinking? I'm thinking she's too young for you, dude. Where's her father in all this? Anyway, we have fun.
I'm 350.
You're not her dad.
Yeah, but your wife was age appropriate for 350, bro. Anyway, sorry. Okay.
She's
Where my dad's
like 2
at. All my
centuries
dads
younger.
out there know. I'm a dad, so we got the fathers. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's actually a scene in the first Twilight where, what is it? Bella's father, Billy Burke. Charlie. Thank you. Sorry, it's been a minute. It's where Charlie's gonna meet Edward and he's cleaning his shotgun. That actually comes from my real life that I told Catherine Hardwick, a story that whenever I was a kid, I grew up in Texas, I grew up with guns, and whenever my older sisters would have their boyfriends come over, that would happen to be the time my dad would be teaching me how to clean a gun. And so I would answer the door with like a 45, and there'd be some young pimply boy being like, I'm here to see your sister. And I'd bring him in, and my dad would be like, you always bring them the boy, okay? I'm not going to go get the door. You go get the door. And my dad would be sitting there with a shotgun cracked open in his lap. What's your name, boy? I swear to you, I'm not lying, and Catherine loved it so much that it made it into the film.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
I like to share that story. I realized I haven't told that one much, so.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Anyway.
Favorite scene, Ashley. Favorite
I already
scene.
said
Oh, you said. Oh, my favorite scene. Okay, my favorite scene. I mean, there's so many good ones. I like the stitching scene was fun because I'll tell you a quick story on that one. They gave me these foam pads, and they were like, we're gonna get an insert of you like stitching up the wound, and we're gonna have like this prosthetic, and so we wanted you to actually stitch. So they had me work with a doctor that. So I could actually stitch people up. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But the foam pads didn't feel like fleshy, so I went to the store and I bought chicken breasts. And I would slice the chicken breasts, and I would stitch them, and I would slice it and stitch it. And I had all these like chicken breasts that were stitched up like Frankenstein chickens all over my hotel. And then one day I came home, and they were all in the refrigerator. And I was like, oh my God, like the maid must have came in. She thinks I'm crazy. Like, I was waiting for the FBI to knock down my door, like, cause I know she went home. She was like, "Some guy is stitching chickens in his hotel room. It's weird. I just put them in the refrigerator. I don't know." But nobody ever came, so it was good. And then when we went to shoot it, I didn't realize because I had the contact lenses in that I really can't see anything with the contact lenses in. So I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna like be poking, Kristen with this needle the whole time." But then I took them out when they went in for the insert, and I stitched it up so beautifully, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Excellent question. Next question.
If you could have any of the vampire characters' power, what would it be and why?
I like the I don't know. I'm quite fond of Jasper. I think I'm gonna stick with that. I like the idea of just being able to be like, y'all, chill out. Yeah.
I like that too. I would use that on my 2-year-old all the
Right?
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd take that.
That'd be
what
awesome.
he said.
It's like,
Again.
stop whining. Again, fathers, we're my dads, and moms. Don't worry, y'all are more important. But just every once in a while, I want to call out the
You're in a
dads.
Twilight room. You're like, where are all the dads? It's moms. The moms are here.
I think reading minds would be terrible.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
want to know half the time what people are thinking. But seeing future would be pretty cool. Go play the lotto.
That would drive me crazy.
I'd go play the lotto. I'd be like,
That's true, I guess.
But the future,
Mission
like,
crazy.
it comes in fragments, right? For Alice,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like there's all these possibilities.
Just messes up your day.
it's
And then
a
I would constantly, I like to
possibility.
control things. So it'd be horrible.
It seems like that would be really awful for anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm already seeing the future in fragments where I'm like, this could possibly happen, and that's horrible. And then I focus on that, so that's part of my social anxiety. I don't know about you guys, but let's do a little mental health therapy, yeah?
Let's meditate, shall
Let's
we?
all remember that seeing the future is a bad thing, and we shouldn't want to do that.
Live in the
Yes.
moment.
Live in the moment, be present, yes.
I still
Chill.
want to know the lotto numbers tonight.
Let's be 23. He wants to see the future. You're doing great.
But we digress. Next question.
That was a great question.
That was a great one, yes, thank you.
Hi, this question's for Ashley. So, during which of the Twilight movies do you think Alice has the best outfits?
Ooh, I mean, I just really love in Breaking Dawn. I love the wedding. I love the dress. It's like one of my favorite things. I got to be a part of, kind of helping design that a little bit, and so I think that is my all-time favorite outfit, even though it's like kind of a departure from the rest of what you see Alice in. And then Italy. Italy was really fun too.
Thank
Stop
you.
rubbing it in. We didn't get to go to Italy.
My favorite scene was
I'm
Italy,
still
where
mad
the boys
about
didn't
that.
get to go.
I remember reading the books, and I was like, oh, this is great. They're going to Italy because I know the Volturi. Like, Carlisle was friends with them, so I'm going to go to Italy. And I have an Italian passport, so that's great. And then I was like, Alice gets to go to Italy? Where's Carlisle doesn't get to go to Italy? I was bummed.
That question was just for Ashley.
Look, well, it should be for us too. I like to tell you people what
Your scarves, your favorite.
No, I'd like to
scarves.
know to tell you what I think. Actually
Yeah, what was your favorite, Alice?
Her Alice. What favorite? I like the
Yeah.
baseball. I thought it was very cute. You looked very cute in the baseball outfit.
Thanks, Dad.
And the leg kick
Yeah, the leg
gets
kick.
me every time.
Part of
Everything you do is beautiful, honey. It's
Oh,
gorgeous.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Great question for Ashley.
Excellent. Next question.
Hello. Hi. If you guys could have switched roles with one of your Twilight castmates for like one day, who would it be?
No. No? Dude, I'm sticking to Jasper. You know how hard it was to do that character for so long. I loved it. I liked him. I like him. I love him. I am him. It's weird. No, I don't think I could do that. I mean, am I going to be Edward? No, thank you. Maybe Carlisle, because I always wondered how I look in a scarf.
Fight you with compassion.
And then when I'm stitching up chicken breasts, no one thinks it's weird. It's a fun story as opposed to just psychopath.
Yeah, I think it's hard because Alice is the most amazing character I've ever played. I loved playing her so much, and I thought Stephanie Meyer created such a beautiful character for so many people to connect to, myself included. I think I would go complete opposite direction and play like Aro or Victoria to just go on kind of the evil side a little bit, because those roles are actually very fun to play as well. I feel like sometimes when you are the villain, it's some of the most fun work that you'll do. So I think because I had such an amazing, I got to go to work every day and be happy and have a great time playing Alice, and so I think I'd want that just on the other side.
I mean, I used to say Edward because it was that's such an iconic, piece of the movie. But now that there's been time, looking back, I actually really, I don't think I would trade Carlisle. I like him. He's so grounded, and he's kind of like the one that keeps the whole family together. And I don't know, I just really like that, the head of the household, the guy, and it's he's the one that turned everybody. So, and he's so compassionate. So I'm gonna stay with Carlisle.
That's a good answer.
You guys were all perfect in your roles.
Thank
so.
you.
Excellent. Next question.
I'm asking on behalf of the sewer.
Jackson.
Okay.
Oh boy. Hashtag ratties. Let's go.
Yes! Yes!
What?
All right. I want to know, since you've already given me a clue, I want to know what your favorite blooper from the movie, either any of the movies, was.
Okay, I don't know if this is out there, but so there was a special, we do special screenings for the films for the cast and crew, and there was one time where they put out a special blooper screening, and I think this was for Breaking Dawn or Eclipse, where it was a special blooper reel that I'm 90% sure no one's seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just every time Kristen curses. And it was when she's messing up her lines, she's like, I don't really know, and effing mother, and it was so, is this out on the internet?
I don't know.
Okay,
They should put that
I don't
out.
think so.
I
We
do
would have
remember
seen
it.
it.
it's 8 minutes long, bro.
Oh, yeah,
it
it's
is
funny.
amazing, and it
And
would
people
make
falling. Wasn't it her cussing and people falling?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was absolutely hysterical, and it was like a private blooper reel. Somebody leak that. Come on, let's go. I want to see that again. It was so funny, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So all of those moments?
Yeah, just every time Kristen would go from being I don't know which boy I like the most, and then I think, oh man, motherfucking shit. Do it again. Okay, I'm Bella. And it was really funny. You want to know she's a badass actress, man. She's nothing like Bella. It was really cool. It was pretty fun to see.
I love that. That's a very fun question.
I like looking at videos where Kristen's petting You know what I'm talking about. Yep. Jacob in the green screen, and it's just so awkward looking. Jacob's kind. He's doing his. They're doing their thing, and then, but it's like, how do people not laugh during that? Like, that's the question that they always get. I'm like, I don't know. That's such a silly.
Think your character's
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's hard because we had a lot of green screen stuff, and when you're acting and you're doing scenes with people, you know, you're acting and reacting. But when you have to imagine things there, that's when the real imaginative, like that's where the work is, right? So I remember doing one scene where we had to come out of the house, and then the werewolves are coming at you, okay? So we're gonna put the werewolves in later, but right now we're gonna throw these furry potato sacks at you. They're literally like bags of potatoes with fur on them, and you're just getting like knocked into what? And you know, if you don't commit 100%, that's when you look silly, you know. So you just have to fully commit. But sometimes people didn't commit, and then we break out and laugh, and then people would get mad because we're like, we're on a schedule here, guys.
Well, there would also be like the behind the scenes guys. They would dress in like all green like body suits, like a tight bodysuit, like
Nothing left to the imagination.
yeah,
bodysuits.
like
Yeah.
Charlie and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know, just like all green, and then they would carry these like cardboard cutouts of wolves, and they'd be like, "Don't pay attention to the man in the green onesie." And you'd have to be like, "Oh my God, these wolves, they're terrifying." And luckily for me, Jasper wasn't scared, so I was just kind of like, "They look stupid." Yeah. And I got to keep that look. It was real, you know? I didn't have to do much acting. No imaginative acting for me. That was just pure sense memory from the moment.
I think we have time for one more question, and then I know Jackson wants to do something.
Pressure's on.
Last question.
Hey. All right, so the soundtracks are iconic, so I want to know, did you have a favorite soundtrack throughout the whole movies that you still jam out to?
Oh, wow. I think all of them are in my car right now. Jackson, didn't you actually like help with the first soundtrack? Like you gave them a lot of...
Yeah, well, I think a lot of us did, actually did too.
Yeah.
We were having a session with Rob and Chris. I'm pretty, you were there. Like Ashley was there. I want to say Emmett, or Kellen, and Catherine Hardwick, our director. And we were talking through some of the scenes, and she was asking us what we thought musically, like who was cool, who was hot, and obviously Muse was going to be a part of it because Stephanie wrote a lot of the books to Muse. But I pitched Iron and Wine. So you get Iron and Wine, Flatless Bird in there.
Songs.
I think that's because of me. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I love Iron and Wine. I think Sam is an incredible singer-songwriter. And I think what really made Twilight become iconic, as you say, is Catherine. And I think really, if anyone else had helmed the first movie,
Yeah.
I don't think we'd be here, to be honest.
No.
So I always try to give her mad props because she was a mad scientist on set. There were days where we literally thought she was crazy. She made us do cat acting classes that we never ended up using.
I used it.
That's true.
I used it.
When you were getting those chicken breasts.
Yeah.
Very feline.
I use it now with my kid.
Yeah.
But I still love Muse, man. I do jam out to Muse. Like Knights of Sidonia is one of my favorite songs, personally.
Yes.
But I gotta say, as like Instagrammers, let's like pick a different song than. Like every time I see a Twilight meme and it's hilarious, and then I like hit the volume and it's that song, and I'm just like,
Yeah. I was a big Paramore fan, so anything Haley was on, I was very excited about.
Hell yeah.
Her voice is incredible.
I like the
It's Hoa 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 season somewhere.
Hey, before we go, we have like a minute on the clock.
Yeah, this is
You
important.
know, this is very important. It's Kellen Lutz's birthday tomorrow, right? So I thought it would be really fun. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday!
If we sing him a little happy birthday song, and I can video it and send it to him. You guys in for that?
Yeah, we're gonna
What's your name? What's your name? What's your
Hi,
name?
sorry. Happy birthday.
What is it? Shauna. Happy birthday, Sean.
All right, so we're all gonna sing Happy Birthday, Kellen. All right, not Emmett, but Kellen.
He is
And we're
a
gonna film
human.
it.
Let's say and Shauna. And Kellen be like, who's that? All right, here we go. Oh, look at this. Got everybody in there.
Video mode.
I know.
Okay.
dad. I'm not like the old dad with the, how do you turn this thing on?
But I digress.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, Kellen. We have a little song for you. It goes like this. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, dear Kellen. Happy birthday to you. And let's do the wave for him. Ready? Wave! And back, 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 and back. We miss you, buddy. We love you.
Oh my God, Indianapolis, y'all are awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love. Make sure to Google Edward and give each other lots of love, hugs and kisses. And come see us. We're going to be around all weekend. Thank you so much. And thank you to Collider.
Thank you. And Shauna, happy birthday, Shauna.
Shauna.
Please, guys, give me a huge round of applause. Let them know how much we appreciate being here at the Indiana Comic Convention.